Hello once again. Back to the workbench. And what we have here now is I picked up mostly complete Jonsered 2166. So yes, it's got the strato sized ports there. And so we'll see how that goes. It actually is surprisingly looking well. The piston in the cylinder looks pretty good. Piston looks really good actually, so be able to salvage that and use that. Did have a base gasket in. I do have to clean up the bearings. They're feeling a little rough. May have to replace the bearings. And then when you get down in here, you can kind of look at the cylinder, which is interesting. There's this cylinder has ingested something, as you can kind of see in there, and it amazingly doesn't show on the piston. So somebody has been in here, I believe, and done this. As you can kind of see as well, what I have is the stock size port up here, lower transfer port. And then what I did was smooth it out, widen it out, kind of looking at it, and then cut that down a little bit. So, and kind of see, I'll do the other side. These lower transfers seem to be horridly small, even compared to the upper transfers. And then of course I'll get in there, I'll pop the caps off, and I'll remove that divider in there, since that seems to be a common thing to make these more like the, what is it, the 2171, 72, basically a 372. So that's what we're going to kind of do. As you can kind of see, if I place the gasket up here, however it went, you can kind of see what I'm talking about as far as a lot of room to match this gasket up, which matches with the case really well down in here. This gasket and case are really matched really well. So you just scribe the line. I took a pick, basically, and I scribed the line around where I got it here, and then I can take it off, and you can kind of see that line that I have scribed in there, as you can kind of pick it out right in here. And so that's what this side shows. A lot of meat in this cylinder, so I can go ahead and kind of flow these cases instead of having such an abrupt channel right there. We can flow those down in here very nicely. So just something to look at, play with here, and see if I can't get it to flow a little bit better and see what kind of powers. The actual timing numbers, before I took it all apart, stock numbers were actually rather good on this thing. So I think I will be running this the same thing. So we had the squish rate was at 25 thousandths, which is with the gasket, which is nice. I will keep that. I won't have to do anything, either base gasket delete or not. The exhaust cracked open at 101 for a total of 158 degrees of total opening. Transfers were 118 with a total opening of 124 degrees. Intake is the side that I'll probably be concentrating on, is taking and lowering this side of the intake, because intake measured in at 74 with a total of 148. So that intake is where I'm going to do a little bit of work, probably change it to about 78, 79 degrees when it opens, and that'll get me closer to that mid 150s, high 150s for total degrees in opening. So that's kind of what I'm looking at on this this job here. And so when I'll stop it here and show you another video and piece these together of after I grind and take out the final look in there. And just because that top ring looks like it, I was able to smooth it out, make sure there's no ridges. I'm going to run with it and just see what, because actually the cylinder looks really nice. Either somebody did a real nice job honing it, or this cylinder still has a bunch of cross hatch marks in there. So like I said, I think somebody might have worked this cylinder and did a hone real quick on there, which actually looks really nice. It's still a very good cylinder in the most part. On here, the plans too, that exhaust seems to be not moving the roof, but looking at it in here, I'm going to widen that out a little bit so it flows a little bit more exhaust. Anyways, until the next video.